So what's happening with the war? What's happening with the war? You know, a war has begun between what are the countries? Israel and Iran, right? And US is also intervened. Any kind of a war is not a good thing to have. So I'm not going to discuss about the war, right? I'm going to say something about one type of missiles Iran used last week. Iran used a type of missile called a ballistic missile of a very high range, and that is called a Inter-Continental missile. Inter-Continental missiles. Any missile is a projectile motion, so that's why I'm going to explain something about this. If you know about projectile motion, right? This will be the path of that intercontinental missile, something like this, right? So let's say it is projected from point A to B. Their range varies from around 2000 kilometers to 6000 kilometers maximum. Now in the world, now we have intercontinental ballistic missiles that they have a range of 6000 kilometers. Can't even imagine. The range of this range means is actually the horizontal range of this projection. Range of the missile is the horizontal range of the projection, right? That varies from 2000 to around 6000 kilometers. Radius of Earth is also around 6400 kilometers. Their range is also almost the radius of Earth. And so they fired one ballistic missile from Iran to Israel, right? And approximately the distance between these two countries is any idea? Around 3000 kilometers, and it took only 8 minutes to reach from Iran to Israel. Only 8 minutes, less than 8 actually. They can travel like 5 times, 6 times than velocity of sound in air. And they can travel around, this is the velocity of light, right? And they travel around 5 times, 6 times of velocity of light. 5 times of this means 1700. 5 times of this means 1700 meters per second. So which means 1.7 kilometers per second. 1.7 kilometers per second. Capable of traveling with that speed when they reach ground. Mach number equals 1. When the velocity of sound equals velocity of the object. When Mach number equals 1 or greater than 1, we will hear something called sonic boom. Sometimes you might have heard about the sonic boom in O levels. I know that is there in O levels. Just the introduction of sonic boom is there. We will hear something called sonic booms. They are called hypersonic. Very high speeds. Very high in the sense, this is more than 5 times hypersonic. These ballistic missiles go beyond the aerosphere of Earth. Aerosphere is around 300 kilometers above. 300 kilometers, right? 300 kilometers, and it goes above the aerospace and it goes to space and then it returns. So therefore, for these ballistic missiles, they are projectile motion, but we can't use our normal linear motion equations, because in linear motion equations, g should be constant. Now, when they are moving beyond aerosphere, g changes, acceleration changes. So therefore, even though this is a projectile motion, we can't use our linear motion equation. For that, we have different approaches using. One thing is angular momentum. Angular momentum is conserved. This is an angular motion. So therefore, angular momentum is conserved, and there is something from gravitational fields that is also coming up. But basic here is a projectile motion. They change the angle of projection, and the velocity of projection here, and the missile exactly goes to the target point. Right? Even if 1 decimal of the angle changes, definitely it will be on another country. Because when it travels for around 3000 kilometers, even a minor change in the projection angle will be a higher deviation at the other end. They are coming to Earth's surface with these kind of speeds, hypersonic speeds, and they have missiles that they can go underground 300 meters, up to 300 meters underground. So if we are attacking a bunker or something underground, up to 300 meters also that is capable of attacking. These are the projectile motions they use, and they are accurate calculations at this point. No? That's the beauty of physics.